morning from Mae Hong Song. We are going to go on a hill walk with Eden, give her some exercise. Running down the stairs. Just going to grab her water bowl from the car because I'm sure it's going to get hot and thirsty work. Up the hill we go to the temple.
We are actually out before breakfast time for once, which I have to say is a massive achievement for the El Hajis.
Yeah, we're quite late at things. This temple is called Wat Doi Kong Mu. It's probably one of the nicest things to go and see in Mae Hong Song town. So we'll show you the walk. Jump! Eden's become very skilled at jumping these grates. This is the entrance to the staircase that leads up to the temple on the hill. Let's go. Actually did this walk last night in the darkness for some exercise, but it was way too dark to film. It was even so dark that we couldn't see where we were putting our feet. So when we were coming back down the steps, we were like shuffling along like snails. 320 steps, Sasha counted. Exercise. You can see it zigzagging all the way up to the top.
I'd like to apologise for my uncoordinated footwear situation. I realise it looks ridiculous. However, in Pai, a dog ate my shoes.
And it wasn't Eden, not Eden the dog. Some stray monster.
He snuck up to the door where I'd left my shoes and taken them away to their death.
It's steeper than it looks. I'm already getting out of breath. So, camera down for a few seconds I think. Unless you want like 2 minutes of heavy breathing. Which I don't think you're going to want to hear. So we're almost at the top. Again, the view has been obscured, but we expect that now. Up the final bit.
It is quite a strenuous walk. It's not long, it only takes like 15 minutes or so to get up here, but it's steep, so it does work up a sweat.
Whew, we're at the temple, Wat Doi Kong Mu. Thirsty dog? On a clear day, this view behind me is quite vast and you can see the airport, so you can watch the planes coming and landing and lifting off. There are 2 of these white pagodas up here and each one houses the remains of a Buddhist monk, and they're quite pretty, especially with all these bougainvilleas. If you're not feeling the power to walk up the steps, you can drive all the way up. And there's a coffee shop up here too, which we'll take you to in a minute if it's open. From the pagoda, if you follow this car park sign around here, there is a hidden coffee shop which has an amazing view. The coffee shop is called Before Sunset Coffee, and it's a really nice place to sit. As seems to be the trend of these recent videos, there is no view. But I'm going to show you a picture of what this normally looks like. At this coffee shop viewpoint, you can actually see over into Burma in the distance, in the mountains. Mae Hong Song is a stark contrast to Pai. There's much less tourists here. It's a bigger town, but when you look on a map you wouldn't think it. Lovely places to go and eat. We'll take you to one of our favourite places later for the best khao soi in the whole of Thailand, in my opinion. So I'm going to drink my vanilla tea and then we're going to head out for breakfast. Back down the hill, heading to Salween River Restaurant and Bar for breakfast. It's also our favourite place to have dinner and everything else. No. More season issues.
New place for breakfast we now find.
So Sasha's started her own language. New place for breakfast we now find.
Breakfast find we have.
Like Sasha says, breakfast find we have. Come to Ban Kiang Doi, which is new for us. I'd be very disappointed if we can't eat in Salween at some point during this trip, because that is our favourite place, but for now, let's see how this is. Okay, that's breakfast done. Now we're going to walk around the streets of Mae Hong Song and have a look at what's about, show you the area. So just like with Pai, this is another kind of place where it's a good idea to get yourself a little scooter or some form of transport so you can roam about and have a look at the local area, because Mae Hong Song is beautiful. There's many places to go and see. So the temple on the hill's up there, and this is the lake.
It's a nice place you can come and have a picnic on the grass.
Yeah.
All little pretty flowers, butterflies everywhere. It's nice. Nice palm trees. It's a nice building.
It's So you just experienced the Nong Jong-kum Public Park with us. We are now inside the grounds of Wat Chong Kam, which we've never been inside before. We normally just stay by the lake and chill out, but now we're going to go inside and see what it looks like.
So according to this sign, this Wat Chong Kam was created by a Burmese craftsman.
They've got a Buddha statue in here made out of basket weave. Never seen that before. We've also got a ton of paintings by Mandalay artists. Sasha's waiting outside because she's not permitted. Now this place looks pretty cool. I like old ruiny kind of places. I think that qualifies as an old ruin. Looks cool. Continuing our streets tour of Mae Hong Son. We're just heading down back into the main area now, and we've heard that there's a temple with a reclining Buddha in it, so we can go see if we can find that. I'm not sure what hospitals used to look like back in the old days in Asia, but I assume this is what it would look like. As a guideline, I guess, most people that come to Mae Hong Son come here to trek in the jungles and mountain areas. So there's plenty of tour companies and trek companies offering their services around town.
I remember the first time we came to Mae Hong Son when we travelled on a round the world trip, and how actually scared we were at the thought of being here. So remote from anything that we knew, and now that we're so much older and wiser, it's not scary at all. And it is remote, but it doesn't feel remote.
So this place is right at the base of Doi Kong Mu, the temple on the hill. If you come to this temple, you can see this. We are staying at Boon Dee House, Eden's favourite place, pet friendly. Because in the really hot seasons like this, Eden can just chill out in the air conditioning while we go sightseeing and get sweaty. Don't disturb the puppy. I'll disturb ya. Oh.
Yeah, we got you presents.
Some treats. Because you've been a good girl while we've been out, you can have a Dentastick. Eden is resting nicely in the room, and we're out for dinner now, so we're heading to Crossroads, which is another kind of favourite of ours. It's quite nice there, a bit western, but food nonetheless. Another thing that I've noticed about Mae Hong Son this time round that I didn't really see before was the amount of Burmese architecture. The buildings, a lot of the Burmese are Burmese style, which is cool. I'll show you. These square-looking wooden buildings are Shan style, or Tai Yai tribe from Burma, and I never really noticed how many of them there were before until we saw these temples today. Because my mother is Burmese, stuff like that really interests me. I like to show it so she can see. Crossroads isn't far at all. It's like about a 1 minute walk from our hotel, so that's convenient. Let's get some food in us. What's cool about this place is they've got like a bar and snooker area upstairs as well. So if you've got a load of friends with you, you want to play pool, have some drinks, it's got a good area up here for that. Lights are off at the moment though. Finished dinner, just went for a little wander. Sorry about my hair by the way, it's ridiculous. Nicely themed 7-Eleven. Fits in with the Shan architecture, doesn't it? At sunset, heading down towards the lake to see what's happening. There's a little market thing they do around here, but I'm not sure if it's running.
It's every night, son.
Every night?
Yeah.
Coolio. Glory stand. Look at all those glories here. Some local handicrafts for sale.
So that's the end of another day in the life episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying coming on this little road trip with us. We're really liking being back in Mae Hong Son. Stay tuned for Tuesday's video when we will be showing you more of Mae Hong Son and the area. As always, hit the like button, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye!